He'll sacrifice his last cent to make sure she doesn't go without. But what if, after years of paying child support, you found out that little girl was not yours at all? Would you want all that money back?
The former boyfriend, now broke.
The system's a joke.
The current one.
Don't talk to me.
Any plans to pay the $32,000 back?
Don't talk to me.
The woman who took the money. The child caught in the middle of it all. And the government department that's doing nothing about it. Oh, what a mess. But if you've dealt with the child support agency, perhaps you'll already know what I'm talking about.
They'll hound me to the end of the earth to get their money that I owe for child support, but when it's found that she owes me the money for a child that's not mine, they don't want to know about it.
It started well, and not long after Andrew Willoughby and Nicole got together, she fell pregnant, even though Army Reservist Andrew was back and forth from home during his Army training.
In between that time, she fell pregnant and told me that I was the father of the child. I was extremely happy, and from that day on, I believed that that child was mine, and I didn't doubt her. I signed the birth certificate believing that was my child, doing the right and responsible thing.
But soon after the little girl was born, the relationship broke down.
So, Andrew, it was important for you to do the right thing, the responsible thing.
Because it's not fair on the child.
And so he registered with the Child Support Agency and duly paid maintenance of around $100 a week.
You're not a wealthy man, are you?
No, I'm a factory worker at Holden's, so I'm not on a huge pay packet.
That's him on the right, and the factory is doing it tough. For some time, Aaron was made to work every second week on just 50% income.
I just kept paying because I believed it was the right thing to do, and I never missed a payment, even when I broke my leg in 2005 and I wasn't getting paid by my employer.
Eventually, he'd paid over $31,000 to the agency for the upkeep of his daughter, but Andrew wanted more access.
And my lawyer suggested that I actually get a DNA test first.
There was always that nagging suspicion, given he was away in the Army when his daughter was conceived.
It was a big shock when I opened that letter.
When the results came back, there it was in black and white. His DNA was excluded from identification of the young girl. He wasn't her father. He lost his only child and a hell of a lot of money.
Not only me out of the money, but my mother, that eventually passed away, thinking that was her grandchild. My father, who bought her nappies. My auntie, that knitted her booties and cardigans.
So after 6 years, 600 statements and more than $31,000, the Child Support Agency sent one more letter with the infuriating wording:
You have paid Nicole $31,396 too much child support.
But their somewhat insulting letter got better. They asked this ripped-off former dad, please call if you want Nicole to keep the money. We will need your permission.
I actually couldn't believe that they had the gall to say to me whether or not they wanted me to let her keep it.
You can imagine his phone reply. So then the CSA did a Pontius Pilate. After demanding his money for 6 years, they wiped him and walked away. Hire a lawyer was their answer. So he did, and they tried 3 separate times to reach her.
She didn't show up. Went to knock on her door a 3rd time and the house was vacant.
So aside from the $31,000, this factory worker was going broke again, engaging lawyers and spending thousands.
And that got me nowhere.
And you're further in debt.
Just another $5,000 on top of the $31,000. Every time I have to search for it, it's $1,500. I did that 3 times, and all the legal fees on top of that, I had to give up. I couldn't afford to do it anymore.
There wasn't much of an effort to track her down. I found her in 2 hours. There she is, having a ciggy on the balcony, living in a lovely new townhouse with her daughter, the one Andrew's paid for, and her new fiancé.
Just seeing if Nicole would like to have a chat with us.
Heavens, Nicole wasn't that hard to find. She even popped up in the TV news last year following a local drive-by shooting.
Extremely crazy, a bit scary, very scary.
But back to that lovely townhouse,
Does Nicole want to talk?
No, she doesn't.
where the atmosphere is, well, a little tense.
Get the cameras off me and away from me.
Well, I'm on a public road here, so we're not on your property.
All right, no then.
Okay, but does Nicole want to
No, do
talk?
you want me to come down, mate, and we'll sort this out?
Is that a threat?
No,
Is that a threat?
no.
It sounded like a threat.
That's fiancé Glenn Peel. On his Facebook, this miner says he's engaged to Nicole. And we're certainly not saying here that Glenn was a party to the payments. But, as you can see, he's not happy to see us.
Don't talk to me.
Any plans to
Don't
pay the
talk to me.
$32,000 back?
Don't talk to me. Are you invading my private property now by talking to me?
I take it that's a no on the $32,000.
Mate, off.
Funny, the agency policed Andrew for 6 years to pay up, but no such action for the woman who wrongly took the dough.
It just shows what contempt she's got and what a joke the whole system is.
Yes, there is a system in place where he can get it back, but it's not that easy.
Lawyer Sam Macedoni has dealt with the CSA for decades.
It's all black and white as far as they're concerned. They don't do the reverse. I mean, no, they're not there to help you. They're just there to facilitate payment from party A to party B.
There's something wrong with the system and it has to be fixed. Even if she's on Centrelink and unemployed, maybe they should take $5, $20 a week out of her Centrelink, or if she's working, I can have a tax return. I understand she has a child, but at the same time, I'm $31,000 out of pocket.
There is one woman who can help Andrew Willoughby. Her name, Senator Marise Payne. She's the Minister for Human Services. Her offices are just behind me. So we spoke to her on Andrew's behalf to get some answers.
I appreciate this gentleman's situation and frustration with the process. I have asked my department to assign an officer to work with the gentleman to assess his options. This may include making arrangements to have the department on forward relevant papers to the former receiving parent or make referrals to community legal aid organisations for legal support.
Finally, caught in the middle of all this is a young girl who was told Andrew was her dad. And who knows what she's told now. There are several empty photo frames around Andrew's home where pictures of a former daughter once sat. And there's plenty more emptiness too.
It continues to ruin relationships for me till this day. I have doubts, I have trust issues, so I still am scarred by it.
It's hard, isn't it? You do feel so sorry for the little girl. And if you have an issue you think we should investigate, please send us an email or give us a call. Well, some people don't know when to admit they